Good afternoon. I'm Ron Williams. I am the organizer or the primary organizer of what we call the powwow on Manatawny Creek. This is our third year that we've been functioning here, and this year we are being partnered with a group called the Circle Legacy Center out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We have strived to bring the Native American culture awareness into this region of the state. Powwow is a social function that is created by Native American communities to gather people of, in this case, different nations together to interact with one another in song and dance. And to also introduce the communities, the non-native communities, to what we do and how we do it. So if you'll follow me, I'm going to bring you over to what we call a fry bread tent, and we'll share a little bit of that culture with you too. So we're here at the fry bread stand that's operated by the Circle Legacy Center. Circle Legacy Center is an organization that's dedicated to bringing the culture of Native Americans awareness to the population of Pennsylvania. This is Joanne McLaughlin, and of course Mr. Highland, who's got a strong representation of native culture in his hands. This is called Indian fry bread, and it's an Indian fry bread taco actually, which is sumptuous, hearty, and will keep you going all day long. So Joanne, what we'd like to do, what I'd like to do is ask you if you could tell us something, a little bit something about the CLC, the Circle Legacy Center, and what we do and where we're going with it.
I know they started out as a nonprofit organization, and they still are a nonprofit organization. And we started bringing awareness to many areas in the Pennsylvania, as far as traditions, teachings, learnings, trying to bring back the history and knowledge to the people in the area, so they know what we're about, where we came from, how we got to be where we're at today. We work with several organizations, as far as the Carlisle Army Barracks, with the first Native American school back in Civil War. We also work with the Conservancy Group, which we try to preserve land, and we will work with other organizations, as far as the Hans Her. They're like a colonial. They do the Snitz Fest. So we try to bring the history of both sides, not just our culture. It's bringing what we do and interact with people in the area and show them our tradition, and then they show us theirs.
And if you had been here just a little sooner, we had some reenactors from the Pottsgrove Manor over here who shared a little bit of their activities here. Highland, do you have anything to add for us outside of the food?
Outside of the food, like Joanne was saying about the purpose of Circle Legacy is Pennsylvania is a state that doesn't recognize Native American cultures. And so we want to bring some of that to the public who are not being taught and told about our traditions and our ways.
Thank you. What about the Indian school at Carlisle? There are a couple of projects that we're involved in out there that maybe you can talk a little bit more about.
Yeah, once a year we'll do a Jim Thorpe Days, which honors the Native American athlete from that area, from the school. We also try to bring a spokesman that has any kind of heritage or ancestors that were in that school and have military background to come speak on Jim Thorpe's behalf to honor that part. And then we also do a tour for the Native American side, as far as the school and the locations and what happened in that area, and what the other part of the Carlisle Army Barracks did, as far as trying to teach us schooling and everything. Like, there's both sides. There's two sides of the story, but we also try to bring our side too.
Now, one of the more heart-rendering parts of our care for developing this program is the fact that we also are involved with the children's cemetery, or the student cemetery at the Carlisle Barracks.
Yes, the children that had passed away while they were in school there, they have a grave site for those children. And they actually did quite a few years of researching their actual native names to put on the cemetery grave sites and not the English names given to them. And then every year we go and we clean up and we do a remembrance and service to have people remember, exactly what, those students were, who they came from, where what nationality they were from, what nation they were from, everything, and honor them.
And so the bottom line on all of this is we want people to remember, and what we remember in our history is that we were here for 10,000 years. So every year, as we create this powwow, we invite dancers to join us. We don't have contracts with individuals, and we don't really have a set of folks, but we generally depend on word of mouth, or if we happen to know personally the individuals. But what I'd like to do is introduce, can you give us your name?
It's Jeff Phi. I'm Cherokee. I'm from up in the Tafton area.
I'm Jeannie Hartzell. I'm from up in Wallenpaupack area.
And what community do you represent?
Lakota Sioux.
Lakota Sioux?
In Cherokee.
In Cherokee. And can you tell us a little bit about your regalia?
What I have on today is the buckskin. It's similar to primarily what the Lakota wear also. She's my fiance, and the way it works is the male takes on the female's family, pretty much. You're invited into her family, so you take her ways. So what I have on today is the normal buckskin, along with the moccasins and the roach.
Now, this regalia is handmade. It's obviously, the beadwork has to have taken an incredible amount of time.
It did. It took me about 6 months just for all the beadwork. And when I dance, it's to represent my 14-year-old son that I lost. He loved the snow, the winter, so that's my snowflakes. We usually have something representing something dear to our hearts.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, and we're here at one of our vendor sites. Now, during the powwows, we really couldn't survive without the vendors. It gives us an opportunity to present handcrafted items, items that are Native American in nature. At our powwows, you'll see very little merchandise that is made anywhere outside of America. Outside of the Americas, I should say. We have representatives from Ecuador, obviously Mexico, and the United States. But this is one of our newest vendors, and this is Denny.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Denny, can you tell us a little bit about... Now, this particular vendor this is the first year here, and I think was introduced to them online, actually. I looked at some of their merchandise, and I thought that this would be something that would be really interesting for the general public to get a hold of. One thing you need to know is that the kinds of merchandise that you would buy at a powwow are very seldom seen in just a normal store. You're just not going to get the handcrafted or the Native American touch on any of this merchandise. Can you tell us something about your store?
Oh, sure. Well, we deal with.
What's the name of the store?
It's Spirit Hawk Gallery, and we're in Leola, Pennsylvania, off of Oregon Road. And a lot of our things are custom or handmade. My wife is a jeweler, a bench jeweler, and she does custom work and Indian trade silver and such. And we sell turquoise jewelry, Native American made T-shirts. I custom make leather bags, and we just do all sorts of things.
So what's your heritage, Danny?
Well, myself, it's a long story. My father, who served in World War II in the 82nd Airborne, came home from the war and brought a fellow with him who he introduced to his sister, who happened to have been Mohawk. But at the time, until his death, he passed himself off as French, because back then it was a no-no to be a Native American. But he, growing up as a kid, he kind of taught us things. And just from him, I fell in love with the culture and became one with it.
And almost all of our vendors, there are some exceptions throughout the powwows, are of Native American heritage. Of course, I can say that almost everybody I meet on a regular basis has some degree of Native American in them. So I welcome the blended community to participate with us. So let me introduce you to Val Colburn. He's a flute maker who creates his art through raw material. He saw me holding a birch branch earlier and told me he could make a great pipe out of that, and I told him, asked him to go ahead and do it and not charge me, and he said no. But Val, what kind of materials do you usually work with?
I work with all kind of branches. This one here was carved out. I split them. I split the branch, and then I gouge them out. This one here is actually a blue spruce that I found on my one out doing a little hiking, and I split them, glue them back together. I put holes in them, and somehow they play.
And you get a sense for the tune that they're going to do as you're creating these?
Yes and no. I've been making them long enough to know briefly where they're going to be, but sometimes I just let the branch be natural and whatever tone it comes out, and I'll pentonically tune it for that, so everything's in key.
Okay, I want to introduce you to Noel and Jill. They operate what is known as?
Noel Smith, Native American Jewelry, etc.
Okay, Noel and Jill have actually been with us from the very beginning. They are incredible artists in and of themselves, and they not only vend southwestern jewelry, they create a lot of their own material. They are also healers, or they deal with energies. And Noel, you want to tell us something about your project?
Well, we've been doing this 20-some years. The Native American jewelry, we go out to the Southwest and hand pick everything from the artist, or even supply them with stones and claws and things. The energy work we do back here, and we do Reiki and Iraku, which is Mayan, and with the Mayan energy healing, we use the stones.
Jill, what would you add to that?
We do a lot of spiritual work too, trying to make people to awaken, and to try to educate them to the metaphysical world.
Which is exactly like the Native American world. with the connection to Mother Nature, the elementals, doing good.
And you travel a lot.
We do travel pretty much, yes we do.
We go,
Enjoy that.
yeah, we go to the Southwest a lot. We go to North Carolina, and the U.S. is beautiful, people. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I'm here with Barry Lee. Barry is our MC for the powwow this week. This is his first year as MC, but he has performed. He and his wife Barbara have a group called Spirit Wing. It's one of the top Native American groups performing in Native American music. Barry, can you tell us a bit more about yourself and
Absolutely. My name is Barry Lee. My wife, Barbara Christie, we are the singers for Spirit Wing, which is a contemporary Native American music act. And we'll be performing here in approximately about a half hour, 45 minutes from now. And we've been nominated 6 times for Native American Music Award. As I was saying, we've nominated 6 times for Native American Music Award. And I'm honored to be the MC here this year. We have 2 incredible drums in Medicine Horse and Black Horse Butte. I just got done singing the Longhouse social dances, such as they are, such as I know them. And it's just a great thing to be here, and this is our 3rd year, and we have a wonderful audience here, a wonderful audience. Tomorrow I expect even better with our honoring the ladies for Mother's Day, because on the East, many of our tribes and nations are matrilineal, meaning our family goes through the women. And with that being said, actually to give you a little bit of a history, which I just talked about, when Thomas Jefferson, Ben Franklin, went to Onondaga to learn about the representative government that was the Iroquois Confederacy, when they brought this whole idea of a representative government back to Philadelphia, they left out the importance of the women. In our societies, the women were the ones that prepared and chose who would be chiefs. They're the ones that trained them. And that is very important in our societies. And imagine how America's history would have changed had the women had their rightful voice from the very beginning. And so this is part of what we're doing tomorrow, in honoring Mother's Day and women in general, of this very important part of our society. And so I'm very happy to be part of it, and we're hoping for a really good audience tomorrow. Ron has been wonderful in working together and making this all happen.
Can you speak a little bit about the drums and explain the purpose for the drum and their relevance to what we do as a celebrant?
Well, as many people will tell you, that is the heartbeat of the Mother Earth. And what you're hearing right now in these 2 drums, they're very good at singing in Northern and Southern style. Northern style is a very high falsetto in songs, and Southern style, which is Southern Plains. Southern Plains, it's a lower, more guttural sound. I think that's a good way to explain it is Northern singers are the tenors and the Southern singers are the baritones.
Thank you, Barry. Now, as far as the drums are concerned, they're comprised of, actually, the groups are called singers. And it's comprised of a instrument, which is the large drum that you'll hear beating in the background here. The singers are the individuals who are actually beating on the drum, and there is a lead singer and a secondary singer. And if you listen carefully, you will hear the lead singer, first of all, sing words that are many times not really words. They're called vocables, because nations from time to time, when they would gather for powwows, didn't really speak each other's language. So over time, they developed these vocables in their ceremonies. The lead singer will sing a vocable, or he will sing words. The secondary will follow that, and then the rest of the group will sing the same words. And that's what you're listening to right now. Thank you.